people, it's a Fly for Doctor. To my channel, I'm AG Show or Dr. Show, like some of my patients like to call me. I am a foot and ankle specialist, and so this is my channel. Right now we're discussing shoes and how to fit in those high heels, baby, okay? So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe down below. Please hit the notification bell so when I post you be notified. Also hit the like button if you like anything that I have talked about. And please leave a comment down below or share any of the tips that you may have. And welcome. So let's get into it. Alright, so last time we were talking about how to pick a shoe. So we talked about the shoe anatomy, we talked about the toe box and the vamp and the heel height and all of that good stuff. So there are other things that we should consider when you're picking a shoe depending on your foot type. So let's talk about if you decided to wear strappies, okay? We've talked about all of this back here, so let's talk about strappies. Strappies can be very sexy. They show off your toes, especially if you have a pretty pedicure. It's very, very sexy. But if you have a bunion, and a bunion, which I'll put a picture of up here, a strappy may not be the best fit. Now, some people will still rock it, bunion or not. There are lots of pictures right there that you can see. But if you're worried about pain or discomfort, a strappy may not be a good idea. However, if you are adamant to wear a strappy, I would definitely advise that you wear a strap that is a little thick. So you see how there's a difference in this? This is a little thinner and this is thicker. The idea is, a bunion is, you know, a bulge on the, so we kind of have like a bunion in our hands. That's a good one. So, a bulge on the medial aspect of our foot. If your strap ends right here, which is right before that bunion, that bump, imagine all that pressure right there. That is going to hurt like, okay. So, alternatively, you could wear a thicker strap that comes over the bunion, okay? So that way, you don't have to put excess pressure right here on this spot. So that's my tip for bunions. If you have a bunion and you want to wear covered shoes, I would suggest you get shoes that are a little wider in the toe box area. Last time we talked about the toe box, but if it's a little wider in the toe box area, it can help accommodate that little bump that you have there. Alternatively, there are lots of different paddings. I will put them up, pictures of them up here, that you can wear with your shoes. So when you're shopping for shoes and you have a bunion, you can definitely take those pads with you to the store and try your shoes on with them. I'm sure you don't want, I'm sure a lot of people do not want to have the pads show through the shoes. So that's why it's a good idea that you take the pad with you to the store so you can try on your shoes and see if they accommodate that area. Another thing to consider when you're picking shoes are, what do you want to wear these shoes for? So, meaning, are you wearing these shoes for work? Are you wearing the shoes on a casual day and just going out and about with your friends and just hanging out? Are you going to a fancy dinner, a gala, something elegant where you want to look nice and pretty? Those will determine the type of shoes that you want to get. So if you're going to be active, meaning walking around a lot, on your feet a lot, I would suggest you get either platforms or wedges, because those will definitely, again, decrease the steep angle that your foot is going to be down, you know, like on, and the wedges definitely increase. They have a broad base, so they distribute your weight more evenly. So if you're going to be standing for a long time, we're going to be walking, platforms or wedges. Make sure that, you know, again, that's your shoes, it fits your the shoes fit and they're your actual shoe size. It's not to say that they're not going to hurt, but it will increase your wear length, and so you don't have to be in pain super quickly. You're going to, you know, be able to rock them for a little longer. If you're going to a gala, if you're going to something fancy, rock the stilettos, baby. You know, there's no problem with that. You know, you just know you're not going to be standing a lot. You're going to be sitting, and when you're sitting, you can take your shoes off and let your foot have a breather. So that's definitely one thing you can consider. You can wear your stilettos or your higher inch heels, you know, if you're going to a gala where you don't have to stand as much. The intermediary would be maybe like the block heel, so like the low block or the high block. Those, depending on the style of the shoe, you could wear them a little longer. Some of them are not as super comfortable, so you may not be able to wear them, but at least they're a little bit more flexible. And of course, the kitten heels you can wear any day, honey. You can wear them any day. So people call them grandma shoes, but I mean, they have a place, and it's definitely a type of shoe that you can wear anywhere. Alright, next, if you have wide feet, my number one advice is do not size up. Okay? Don't size up because, hey, I wore these shoes, they are a 6.5, but my feet are super wide, so maybe I should try a 7. Here's why. When you go up on the width, remember, okay, so maybe I should talk about the foot anatomy. The widest part of your foot is from here, which is the head of the first metatarsal, all the way to the head of the fifth metatarsal. That's the widest part of your foot. Not the heel, not the toes. So when you size up, unfortunately, you're not sizing just here up. You're sizing the heel up. This is not my heel, but this will be an imaginary heel. This is my foot. So what that would then do when you're walking, your heel slips out of the shoe. Now, there are things that you can do to definitely help with that. I mean, if you find a pair of shoes that you absolutely must have, go for it. I mean, there are things that we'll talk about later that we can do to finagle the shoe game. We got your little shoes. You know, you get those shoes and you're like, I really want you and I'm having you. There are things that you could do. But from a professional standpoint, I have to say, do not size up. Instead, get a wider shoe in the same brand. And if they don't have it, I guess we could do what we need to do. You know, I have to be a realist. I mean, I can't just say don't do things. I mean, that's how, no. But I have to professionally tell you that you shouldn't size up. Instead, get a wider shoe. And again, if you watch the video, which I will link below, of how to measure your foot, then we could talk about how to find out what your shoe size is and the width of your shoe. If you have skinny feet, I think you're kind of a little bit more lucky for the most part, especially with strappy heels. But I think I do find that with stiletto or with pumps, they're a little harder because some of the pumps are kind of wide, I suppose, for skinny, like, or narrow feet, I should say. And so it's kind of like you're swimming in the boat. Again, I would don't size up or down. Instead, I would use a shoe filler. So those shoe fillers are kind of increase, or they fit and make it snug in there, so you don't have to, you know, wobble in the shoes a little bit when you're wearing. If you insist that you do not want to get a wider shoe, or the shoe does not come in a size wide, what you could do is get one of those little silicone material that they put in the back, one of those little silicone materials that they put in the back of the shoe. And so if you've decided to go a size up because it's wider here, you decide it's wider here, but you decided to go up and you don't want it to be as wide, you can fit those silicones, and I'll put a picture of some of them up here, and you would be able to sort of, you know, fit a little bit more snugly into these shoes. For patients who have pain right here, whenever they walk, they have pain in the balls of their feet and they just feel like they're walking on stilts or something like that, there are definitely some pads linked up here, or pictures up here, that will definitely help. And it just kind of like some cushion. It just kind of cushions and offloads, you know, the metatarsal heads, which is the ball, forms the ball of your foot, offloads them a little bit. It lifts them just a tiny bit, 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch. Lifts it enough that it causes a little pain and you can wear your shoes a little longer. Also, I would advise, if you really have a lot of pain in the ball of your foot, you probably shouldn't wear super high heels, because that's a steep, acute angle. This is how your foot is sitting, and so your met heads, which form the ball of your foot, are sitting. All your weight is literally on, you know, the ball of your foot. So not too high, raise it up a little bit, and so that way you don't have to put a lot of your weight to the front of your foot. If you're interested in a peep toe, you see a peep toe, you like it. How do you choose a peep toe that fits you? When you wear a peep toe, want to see this. No, this. No. No. This. They will clown you. No. Yeah, no. No. Please. If you watch Basketball Wives, I think they're in LA. You know, I probably shouldn't mention names, but Basketball Wives. Yes. And there's a reason for that. If your feet is hanging out like this, 2 reasons. Maybe you over lubricated and your feet is sliding all around, or the shoe is too small. So you don't want to make, you know, when you're getting peep toes, it's not hanging like this. It needs to be right here. Okay? There's nothing wrong with a little overhang, but no, none of this. We want it right here. Okay? And so if you're worried, if it's the right size shoes, everything else fits and it doesn't matter, then what I would advise is you can put some deodorant at the bottom of your feet so that it doesn't sweat and it doesn't slide around. Even if you're going to moisturize just the top part of your skin and the back of your heel. But not. Another tip for those with the bunions, do not wear the pointy ones. If you do, wear them at your own peril. Imagine you have the bump right here because you have a bunion, and you have another bump here sometimes because you have a bunionette. And a lot of women have it, or a lot of people have it. And then you try to squeeze out. Jesus. See, even my fingers are rebelling. You try to squeeze this thing in a pointed. Like, honey, I will be seeing you in a few years to fix it. Which I can fix now, but you would be begging. So please don't do that to yourself. Rounded toe box or almond shaped toe box are better. If you decide to, which, look, again, we talk about this all the time. We're going to do what we want to do because we need to look fly. I mean, I have done some things before because hence fly for doctor, you must be fly. If you do that, as soon as you sit, please take your shoes off. Put your feet under the table, take them suckers off. Let your feet breathe so that you're not putting any pressure and aggravating your bunions. Okay? So I'm not saying don't do it. Well, professionally I am. But I'm not saying that it's an absolute. You can never do it. But if you choose to do it, just do it with, you know, some sense back there, knowing that, okay, I have to take this off as soon as I sit down. Alright guys, so I think I've talked about the major foot deformities and major issues that people will be facing when they want to pick their shoes. If you have any other type of any of the foot type that you would like for me to discuss, please leave a comment down below. Again, it's the Fly Foot Doctor. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Please like this video if it has been beneficial and informative to you, and share it with your friends. Thank you guys, and let me know if you have any other foot deformities that I may have not have mentioned in the comments or may have mentioned in the video. Please leave them down in the comment. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.